Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully. Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly. And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they? Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they? They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. This one brought in by Jefferson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, they'll throw in McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burgess. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback. And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Dancing to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. The Giants at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On fourth down, Leach. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays you can't account for?
Touchdown, Giants! It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of the team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On play action, McCarthy. On the move to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And a loose football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
78 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try to run this one in. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Leach. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Malik Neighbors
with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a throw here, hauled in. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Throwing is McCarthy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And that is incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Fielded just inside the 20. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Leach. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanting the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it was really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Now a 2nd and 2. Now they try the right side here. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Leach. That is caught. Touchdown. Malik Neighbors as the first half is winding down. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll kick things off with an NFC East battle between 2 old foes, Philadelphia and Washington. And as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that one. A touchdown pass there for Jalen Hurts. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Steelers trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Nathan Peterman has thrown a touchdown pass.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. 126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. On second down, they'll run it here. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Leach. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Back to throw. Leach. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after here coming up. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A 10-play drive that time, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
To the air with McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st down, Leach. That one taken in by Neighbors. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Looking to throw. Leach. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances. to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Leach. He's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Daniel Bellinger.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. They're facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Here's McCarthy.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
He finds his man, complete. It's Burgess. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw McCarthy. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and a yard, McCarthy. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up to throw on second down. Leach. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Leach. That is incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Point after, right down the middle. And it is 42-0. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. McCarthy, he finds his man, complete. It's Burgess. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So nothing doing there, and that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Off play action. Leach escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for the Jets, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1.